Hello everyone, welcome to Arkilly 9505 streaming World Spin Racing League round 12 of the season at Abu Dhabi. It's a short qualifying session tonight, followed by a sprint race, followed by a 50% race. So all in all, a short qualifying session and a sprint race, it takes around about the same amount of time as a full quali session, to be honest. Not much difference. So that's what we'll be here for. 18 in the lobby at the moment. I think it's supposed to be 19, and I also know that Jan, RP1 Jan, won't be taking part with qualifying, so should be here for the rest. There we go. Quick look, just double check. Oh, it's gone up to 20 on the expected, so somebody else has jumped in as well, so that's what we should have then, is 20. Colton Tornado says he's mudded at this track, so about to replicate McLaren in real life. Something tells me, Golden Tornado, you can never possibly be that bad at any. They're horrendous. I didn't watch the race, but I kept up to date with it, and they were horrendous. Highlights tonight, but obviously I'll be commentating on all four. Oh, I think I just disappeared out the lobby. Oh dear. Let's get ourselves back in. Yeah. Don't play silly buggers. Bob, it's not letting me choose to join the game. I sent you a request. Is there anybody in the lobby listening that could send me an invite? There's Bob doing it now. Thank you. Yeah, I must have. Thank you, Checo. I think I must have lost connection or something when they readied up, because I didn't see that at all. So I think it must have been something to do with that. In a way, get back in now for a short quality session. So short session, 18 minutes. Abu Dhabi. Done it enough times now to stop talking about the new layout, but it's hard not to. I think the vast majority of drivers seem to prefer it. I actually don't. I prefer the old. I find the old layout more challenging, so which is what I want out of the track. But having said that, the new layout does lend to an extra. Well, it does definitely give an extra overtaking opportunity down at the end of the straight. So there's that side of it, I guess. So tyrannical teapot. Oh, okay, I see. Tornado. So yeah, you might have a spin or something. Yeah, I'm sure you'll do all right. Whether you know, I still think you will end up on the podium. So obviously we'll see. But that's fine. Could be a good one. I think we got a couple new drivers. Unless it's people that have changed their name. Linderl seems to be one of them, and Pineland 66. It's devastating Pineland, wasn't it? When the 99p shot came out and undercut them, absolutely devastated them. Couldn't believe that. And then 98. Did anybody ever go to the 98p shop? I can remember the 98p shop. They're all closed now. I don't see any of them about anymore. Legacy left the session. Where's Legacy? I can't see Legacy. I don't think Legacy's even on the list of drivers this week, so can't invite him back. Anyway, are we on with the driver who was out first? No, we're not. Let's go to the Haas. So yeah, Jan's retired from the session, so if you didn't hear earlier on, he can't take part in qualifying, so hopefully he'll be back for sprint. But Hazer first out on track. Let's go with Hazer and see. Sort of time we could get on the board. I'm not 100% sure what times to expect. I think they're in the 120s these days, aren't they, for Abu Dhabi? That is something that the new layout has done, is it has reduced the lap time considerably from where it used to be. It's nowhere near one of the longest laps of the season now, as it used to be, one of them. Long straight still here though, which is it's kind of like one massive long straight with a chicane stuck in the middle of it, and just to make the cars slow down and then speed up again. I guess trying to aid overtaking as well, both for DRS zones. Just thinking around the whole track, they are the only DRS zones, so there's not one on the pit straight. So the pit straight's quite small, but I would say it's long enough for a DRS zone, to be honest. But for whatever reason, none there. Looks like Poundland on debut then is retired, and it looks like it's down at turn 2, going into 3, or possibly even exiting the pit lane, because his car is sort of off to the left. But here comes Hazer. Unfortunately, invalidated his lap. He crosses the line to 127.2, but you look like he was driving slow out the final corner, so I don't think that's really any proper reflection. I couldn't get to whoever that was. That was Abel's here, 24.4. Here's it's an outlap, chest bin. That guy into the final set. So there's a Ferrari about to cross the line. I don't know if they're on a hot lap or not. They were indeed. It was Piccoloco, and he goes exactly a tenth faster than Abel's here. And that guy across the line then, 25.4. Decent starts. Right. Comes Baz to finish his first lap, although it's not particularly competitive, so I think probably backed out of that one somewhere. Well, this might be another new player tonight. BLP Gang. It's not a name I recognise. It's been just finishing sector 2, coming into sector 3. Sector 3 very much, well, not the same because it's got the new track layout in it, but it's only that new corner, and the rest of it is the same. Yeah, 24.3 from Cheswin puts him into P2. Winter place early in his lap. Oh, he's had a spin coming out of 3. Let's go down to Mr. Heat Gang onto the straight. Just going to leave you there for a moment, guys. We've just got to nip away. I'll be back in just a second. Right, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Somebody comes to the door and had to go. Right, what's going on here then? Hit gang invalidated. Checo invalidated. Into place. I don't know if he's on a lap or not. Don't know how many of you watched the race out there today. You know the results. I'm not going to tell you the results, but interesting first race of the season. But a bit of same old, but it's a lot of interesting parts of the season as well. So I don't want to go into the real life race too much, because there may well be people at this time of night watching that want to watch the highlights on Channel 4. So I won't go into it too much. So Winter Place has had a spin. It's the second one. Oh, second I've seen anyway. And Tornado then on the first of the two straights. Nicely through the chicane. Now with Tomo P1 on a 24.0, the question is, can somebody break into the 23s? Mr. Heat Gang, I missed it. I apologise, I missed it. I think it's on stream, because I was on you on the stream, but I had to nip off. Somebody came to the door and I had to nip off, so... Here he comes then, Golden Tornado, 24-1, goes P2. Ghost Rider doing very nicely, is up through sector 1 as well, so improving on his current time. Really feels like should be able to attack that chicane a lot better than we do on the game, but it is one of those. Curb raises slightly and it loves to pull you across and spin you around, so you have to be a bit careful, use a bit of curve, but not, you know, you're not jumping it. And just coming round to end his lap. Corner flat out now. That's one of the changes from last season, actually. The penultimate corner now flat out in qualifying. You have a slight lift in the race, but anyway, improves by a tenth and a half. Stays P6, but improves time. Down. I'd like to get somebody now that's on an out lap so that we can do the hilly hot lap with them. See other. This is Baz who's improving. He has a slight lift through the penultimate corner. Bit of lagging going on my screen at the moment. Improves in a way, 25.3, that puts him P8 for the moment. It's a nice lap from Baz. Checo just started a lap, I missed Checo, otherwise I could have done the really hot lap with him. Yeah, dear. I think let's go to Checo then, see how he gets on. Opens up the DRS, down to this new corner. So this used to be the S-bend. Now just a huge, long left-hander with a double apex on it. It's an interesting one, and certainly at the end of the straight really does give the opportunity for overtaking. There was an opportunity there before, to be fair, even with the S-bend, but I think it just makes it less likely to make contact with the other driver with how it is now. It's a good thing. And over the line then for Checo, 125.975, that's been P10. Validates. LP gang. BLP. I can only assume that he doesn't like tomatoes. So instead of BLT, he's BLP, and I can only assume he likes prawns instead. Bacon, lettuce, and prawns. Instead of bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Bacon, lettuce, and prawn gang. Either that or BLP's a league, I don't know. I've never heard of it, but I prefer the bacon, lettuce, and prawn gang. So a little bit tentative through the final section. Oh, and it's led to a spin in the end. Goodness me, that really flew him around then. Not sure what wings he's running. That's looked very easy for the car to spin, I have to say. Winter's Place. Around there, right, Winter's Place is on the that. That's who I'm going to do the hilly hop that with. He's just come around the hairpin, so a little way yet. And, isn't there people having trouble through that part of the third sector? As the heat gang comes into the pits, does look like people are out. It is slightly different, I'm sure it is. Sure it is. Where did Winter Place go? There he is. It's a little way to go, so Abel's here is on a hot lap. Abel's here is coming across the line as Golden Tornado 23.651 goes provisional pole. Abel's here improves his time. No, improves to P4 ahead of Chespin. Golden Tornado has just raised the bar in quali. Let's get the Winter Place then. So just coming through the final corner. Are you going to go to the pit? After all, I just literally waited all that time. He's invalidated. He's thinking better of it. He's thinking better of it. He thought, Ellie's watching me. Ellie's watching me, I best not do it. Oh dear. Tomo is on an out lap and Ghost Rider's on an out lap. It's Ghost Rider. Oh, he's down at the hairpin, so I think. Yeah, looks like Tomo would be next. He's got a car coming down to it. Ah, yeah, he did notice. That's okay. It's the Aston Martin, I think, of Abel's here. Runs massively wide. We're showing purple in sector 2. Yeah, it looks like that run out wide has ruined the lap. So that was his second attempt at a lap, though. So and Baz improving, but I really need to get to. Who did I just say I was going to do the hot lap with? Tomo, wasn't it? So yeah, let's go to Tomo. So here we go. Go nuts to the lap then. Final corner. Take it in such a way. So take it wide to a narrow the corner, and that will give you the best acceleration onto the pit straight. Turn 1 down to 5th, and flat out through left right as best you can. You may, oh goodness me, that's the problem. See, that curb this year is, well, just this year. It wasn't great last year, was it? It is setup dependent, mind. So many people in the game these days prefer to use a higher front wing than rear, and if you do that, that curb is an absolute nightmare, as you just saw for Tomo. But it's doable. You run a lower front wing, you do get away with it a bit more. I'm hoping Chespin's about to start a lap. It looks like he is. Otherwise we ain't going to get Ellie out that today. Here he comes, over the line then. So again, down to turn 1, and you'll see some drivers will probably use 4th through here, but some 4th, some 5th. See Chespin using 4th then. I'd say not a bad idea to have a little lift in the first part there. just to give yourself a better entry angle for turn 3. And we head down to hairpin. So if you remember, there used to be a chicane before this hairpin, but they've removed the chicane. And a hairpin, take the best acceleration you can onto the straight, open up the DRS, long straight until we reach the chicane, which sort of acts as a divider between the two straights. And when you take the first part of the chicane, you want to keep it as left as you can, so not bad from Chespin, but maybe could have kept it more left. It just opens up the entry to the second part, which allows you a better exit. And then we've got this sort of double apex left-hander. Trust yourself that you're not going to run wide. It's so easy to do it though. Down to second or third for the right-hander. Then I swear this bit of track has changed, although it looks the same, but it definitely feels different to drive it this year. Flat out for this right-hander this year, and down to the final corner. Should be seeing people taking third or fourth, and Chespin crosses the line. Didn't improve, was just 300, so close, 300ths off. But 5th place anyway for Chespin. Very good qualifying. Well done to him. And well done to Golden Tornado, who takes a strong pole position. So Golden Tornado, pole position, Tomo P2, Piccoloco in 3, Abels here 4, Chespin 5, Ghost Rider 6, Heat Gang in 7, Winter Place in P8, Baz P9, Hazer in 10, That Guy 11, Bob Dylan 12, Checo in 13, Bacon Lettuce Prawn Gang in 14, FG Pac-Man 15, Pac-Man, Jan, Poundland, and Lindori, I think it is. Didn't get times on the board. We'll start in that order, and then there's any incidents just in case. And I can't imagine we're going to have much of a break, but please check the Discord, see what Bob says. So, see what the instructions are. So close in qualifying. I think Golden Tornado certainly showed a bit of superiority in the 1-lap pace department, and what we don't know, of course, is if Jan had put a time in qualifying, what his pace would have been like, because he's the most likely to be able to challenge Tornado, you feel. So, Tomo usually does as well. Sorry if you hear coughing in the background, it's just my dad. A bit of a cough. So, countdown is on. So I think it's 10 laps to sprint. Nothing really special to think about the strategy here. It's slap a set of mediums on and do the sprint. You can't, formation lap starts. You don't want to stick a set of softs on, you won't make it. From experience, by the way, I know this. Not my personal experience, I didn't try it, but I was in a race where a couple of people tried softs, and they didn't get to the end of the sprint without puncture, so didn't quite work out for them. There is one difference. Jan down in P16 has gone for hard tyres in the sprint, and that's not a bad shout, because it should, presumably, as he wasn't taking part in the qualifying, I assume he's gone with the harder compound for the weekend, so he's probably got 2 sets of mediums, 2 sets of hards available, so he's going to use a set of hards. Should leave him 2 sets of mediums available for the race. Basically meaning he can opt to 2-stop if he wishes, or if safety cars do a certain thing in a race, then that may become an advantage for him. Certainly expect Jan to make his way through the field pretty well. It is a track that lends itself to overtaking. That is why it's the last race of the season. Obviously with the 2 huge straights. They're the best opportunities. Tornado has a little trip off the track, straight back on. Ferrari gets very close to his rear wing there. It's we are then gonna line up ready for the sprint race. They say that it should just be driving through to the end, a sprint through to the end. The only reason you see pit stops is if somebody gets some damage, really. A couple of disqualifications. And here go the lights. 5 lights on, and the lights are out. They're out quickly. Who reacts well? It looks like Tomo's reacted really well. And oh, they're free side by side. The Aston Martin as well got involved. That was Abel's here. And I think he's taken the lead. Still sort of side by side, really. We come up to the hairpin for the first time. Abel's here on the inside. Golden Tornado looks to take a bit of a wider line to give him a good entrance onto the straight. Chespin, there was a big contact between the two. Chespin must have spun, and he's dropped down. Tomo is down as well. And Golden Tornado, so he saw that wide line he took into the hairpin. I think that was deliberate to give himself a better exit, and it's worked. He's managed to get back ahead of Abel's here as we have a retirement. Hazer is out. And he's crashed just there, his wheels off. I'm not sure how that's happened to him, but the good news being that it is the sprint race, not the main race, so still has that to come. Full track yellows. I'm just looking down at the pit lane. There's no sign of the safety car, so I think we are on a virtual. And let's have a quick look at the position changes. Bob Dylan up 6 places. What a start from him. I suspect a lot of that would have been staying out of trouble down at the hairpin there. Was able to gain a lot of places, but must have had a good start as well. Easy Games joins, a bit late for the sprint, but should be in for the main race then. Another quick driver. The predicted strategy is no stops, which you expect in the sprint. So just waiting for this VSC to finish, and it has finished. It seems to be very long. Golden Tornado's picked up a bit of time under that VSC. Can do if you time your restart just right, you can gain quite a bit of time on the restarts and VSCs. But Jan and Chespin fighting. Jan opted to start on the hard tyres, and Williams now with Pac-Man having a look at the inside and get through. End of a VSC, those hard tyres will have cooled down quite dramatically and take a little bit longer to heat back up. And Hangman's having a look now as well. So Jan should be getting them up to temperature pretty soon. Oh, that's a Mercedes round. Is that Poundland? It is indeed. A lot of cars in, not a lot of track there. So Checkers had to pit. Presumably some damage on the McLaren. Yep, front wing coming off, new one going on. There we have it. Let's come up to pick a loco. In the back of Abel's here. DRS, you'd think this would just be an easy. Nothing that Abel's here can do. Just got to accept that you lose the position and look to get it back. Maybe even on the next straight. Could be a chance. See, think Piccoloco got away a little bit coming out of the chicane, so yeah, I'm not going to get the opportunity to come straight back, but and Tomo, side by side through the left-hander. There's a spun Red Bull. It's the Bacon Lettuce and Prawn gang. Abel's here. He's dropped down. He's had a spin or something. Looks like he's struggling, doesn't he? If we can get a front view, here we go. I don't think he's got a front wing, has he? It's not ideal. Why didn't he come into the pits? Abel's here. Should have done there. No front wing. Not ideal, but hopefully, yeah, he's sensible there. Like, he doesn't try and fight anyone. He just moves over to the side, rides on through. He was off track this time for Jan, is it? Or Ghost Rider? Ghost Rider. Jan's the Alfa Romeo in front. He was actually... Well, I was having a look at Tomo, but Tomo in turn was having a look at Pac-Man. Tomo, oh yeah, I was just about to say, he doesn't look like he got a very good exit, and then he got a bit out of shape again. That's allowed Jan to make the move. So Jan opted for the harder tyres. It's not really, maybe on the last lap or last 2 laps they might have a little bit of superiority over mediums, but I'm not really convinced. I think sprint races usually just about the right distance for medium tyres. So I guess Jan, relying on his pace, his aim in the sprint is just to get up the grid somewhat to give him a chance in the race. And he has done that, so Abel's here, this lap does pit. So, fortunately, I think because of staying out the extra lap, I think that's going to cost him to drop right to the back. I think Checo will go past him. Yeah, he is going to, isn't he? Abel's here just exiting now. Checo goes past him now, so it's not going to be a massive gap. And well, Poundland has crashed on this corner, just over to the right there. And this time, that brings out a full safety car, which is music to these guys' ears. Abel's here, Checo, Baz will love that. Absolutely love that. It gives them a chance to make a bit of time up, or a few positions up maybe. The only other thing now, I'm not too sure. I don't think anybody's likely to pit. The only potential pitters here are Ghost Rider and the back 3. They're the only ones really. So the back 4 drivers, I think, are the only ones that might decide. But even then, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, alright, Jan's in. I'm surprised at that. Very surprised at that from Jan. I'm not sure what he gains from pitting. I presume he's going to go to softs. I guess it depends where he comes out, and the fact that Tomo, Baz have both pitted, and they are going to get out ahead of Checo and Abel's here. Actually, I can't remember, was Jan in 8th, I think he was? So he's only dropped 2 places, and now he's got a fresh set of softs on. Actually, all of Jan's tyres are fresh because he wasn't able to take part in qualifying, so... have it. Now, I don't think we're going to get going next lap. Don't think Baz is going to be able to catch up in time, so I think it's probably going to be a 3-lap sprint to the end, starting again lap 8. Yeah, safety car's at the penultimate corner now, so it's too late for it to come in. So definitely doing another lap. So, but this will be the last lap. As is just coming up to the penultimate corner now. He's really not far away from it. So you don't want to drive absolutely flat out because you don't want to ruin the tyres. It's soft struggle around here at the best of times, to be honest. It's a lot of lap, and it's good advantage being on softs, so much so actually Checo's pitting again, and he's got a nice fresh set of softs on, so he's gonna have the freshest tyres, and he should get back at, well, he will get back up to the back of the safety car easy. So as I say, it's gonna be a 3-lap sprint to the end. Probably Tornado would have rather not have had this. He would have had a nice few seconds out in front. Just looking dead set for pole. I'd say he's still favourite, but just it's a bit more difficult. There's the confirmation in, safety car in this lap. Getting ready to go. So everybody's behaving themselves, looks like it. They are indeed. A bit close right now. Mind you, when you get to slow corners like this behind a safety car, people do tend to bunch up a bit. So, I'm waiting basically for the safety car to reach the pits, and then Tornado can pick his, his moment. Nobody can go until Tornado goes at the front. And he's leaving it right to the line, pretty much. And away we go. The local reacts nicely, but does have Winter Place close on his right hand side. So defends that easy enough. See them all going past. Quite a lot of little battles going on. Let's go to Jan. Fresh softs then. So he's the highest up of the guys on the fresh softs. Oh, goodness me. Oh, brilliant. Well done, and well done to the other drivers around him. Not to make contact with him then, Bob Dylan and that guy. Well done, guys. Oh, Bob has a bit of contact with that guy, but fair play still. Managing to notice really that Jan was there. I'm sure Jan would be very grateful of that. And you've got to say, I was a bit sceptical whether Jan made the right decision, but the fact that he's already up to P6, we hadn't even completed one lap, he's already made up 2 places on where he was before pitting. It's a brilliant decision in the end. Really see, can't you, the extra grip he's got around corners. Like, look at this, and the way he's going to get next out of here. He got such a good exit, I think he had to back out from the back of the Williams, which ruined any opportunity to overtake him. And there's another overtake for Jan, he's up to P4. That one I think he was allowed through. I think Mr. Heat Gang allowed him through on that one. Teammates working together. Back down to Somo. Pac-Man is going back past him once again. We get a double toe to reignite his speed here. Pac-Man has got some outrageous speed going on in that Williams. Somebody running 0-0 wings as Somo has a little touch on the back of that guy. That guy's taken a few knocks at that chicane, hasn't he? A bit irritating after a while if it keeps happening. Obviously, ultimately, the responsibility does lie with the driver behind, not to hit the driver in front. That's the law of the road, let's be honest. It's how it is in real life out on the roads, so... Right, let's go to Jan as he makes a move into the final corner. That just tells you just how much more grip he's got. The fact that he's even considered to make a move into that corner really does tell you. So what a decision it's been for Jan. The only disappointing thing here for him is he's not going to be able to get the DRS off of Piccoloco because he's not close enough, but 50%, 4% DRS, he can absolutely drill it down this straight to see if he can pick up DRS on the next straight, but it's going to be difficult. I just want to nip down Tomo and another look at Pac-Man. Little move going on ahead of us as well. Tomo up the inside of Pac-Man. Pac-Man's going to look to get a switchback of sorts. Oh, and Tomo gets out of shape. His car goes just in time for Pac-Man not to lose his front wing. Very, very tight in that part of the sort of... That's not really midfield. Well, yeah, I guess it is midfield actually. But and he's gotten very close. Is he lining up? Is he going to look to make a move into the final corner? It depends how close he is at his penultimate corner, I guess. And he's going to be close. Not close enough. Not close enough. I think, though, as Golden Tornado takes pole position, Piccoloco P2, Jan P3, Winter Place 4, Chespin 5, Mr. Heat Gang 6, Pac-Man 7, Abel's here 8, that guy in P9, Checo P10 for McLaren, Bob Dylan in 11th, Tomo 12th, Baz 13th. Was the last of the finishers for the sprint. And looking towards Jan driver of the day, as it would do. He made up the most positions, but don't actually give a driver of the day for the sprint race, so there we have it. But yeah, great decision from Jan to go to those softs and realise the sort of over speed he would have on the cars around him with fresh softs, so something to bear in mind. It doesn't let me see the race director, so I couldn't look at instance, I'm afraid. That's the highlight of the sprint races. It never seems to let me see the race director. Mr. Hit guy had wing damage. Okay. Well, look, guys, WRL doesn't tend to take much of a break, so I'm going to quickly nip and get myself a coffee, otherwise I'll be coffeeless going into the race, and I don't want that. So I'll see you in just a moment. Right, okay, so back with you guys, and we're heading into the 50% race of Abu Dhabi. It's at formation lap underway, so now we get the strategies coming in and playing a part. So who's doing what? Golden Tornado, Piccoloco on the mediums. Jan is starting on the hards. He's going to do his long stint first. Now Winter Place has gone softs, as is Abel's here. Baz, the Bacon, Lettuce and Prawn Gang, and Lindor. So maybe those guys, or one or two of those guys, maybe considering a two-stop. Anybody else on hards? Yeah, Tomo and Ghost Rider and Easy Games, who joined just missed out on a sprint and joined too late, so it's starting down at the back. Good to see him on track, and I'm sure he's going to give us some entertainment coming through the field. So let's hope for a good race. As Pac-Man gets disqualified, not sure what that's for. Come round then into sector 3. Golden Tornado did dominate really the race, the sprint race. But, actually, Jan had starts down in 16th, so Jan in P3 this time. Piccoloco is being absolutely fantastic today so far. Let's hope that continues. So look at Piccoloco with the aggressive direction of how he's parked on the grid slot, and the Ferrari on the right hand side pointing right over towards Golden Tornado. So I think the idea of that is he wants to get the middle of the track, so all the lights are on, it goes out. He got a brilliant start last time, he's got a good start again, and go. And that's why Piccoloco did it. He wanted the middle of the track. He's got a better exit at turn 1. And oh, we've lost with the Heat Gang. But Bacon, Lettuce and Prawn Gang was part of that, I believe. So that's already caused a full safety car has appeared in the pit lane. So, well, I don't think there's going to be any quick changes to hards. You're not going to. I don't even know if you could do 29 laps. Well, 27, 28, 26, whatever it's going to end up being on a set of hards around here. What a shame for Mr. Heat Gang. So, disaster into, well, it's either turn 1 or 2. It's allowed Piccoloco to take the lead at the start of this race. And let's just get to position change. So, yeah, Piccoloco obviously up to 1. Chespin is up 2. So Jan dropped down to P4. And Winter Place down 1 to P5. Who's the biggest gainer then? Up 7 places. Easy Games at the start. So he was assisted by any instant that went on ahead of him. But still a very, very good start. Other good starters up 4 places is Baz and Bob Dylan up 3. Ghost Rider up 3 as well. Biggest losers off the start. Tomo's down 5. Abel's here is down 5. Whether they were involved in anything or whether Abel's here pits. So does Hazer. Abel's here is on the mediums. So Abel's here pits. It looks like he's gone to hards. And so is Hazer. Disables here started on the softs. So, yeah, as I say, I really don't know if the hards can do the rest of this race. I think just like everybody else, they would have to pit again. It's quite some time. I've got to be honest, it is quite some time since I last raced around Abu Dhabi, so I'm not too sure just how long a set of hards will last, but I think they will struggle to get to the end on them. I think that's probably a possibility. Oh, Mr. Heat Gang, I'm sorry, man. I don't know. I didn't see what happened to you, man. I just saw the retirement pop up, and it looked like BLP Gang was. Is that the other driver that was involved? Because he was the only one that was sort of spun or anything. But obviously, make sure you submit it to the stewards, buddy. Devastated for you, man. So, safety car stays out, which you would in a way, of course, but we'll be going next lap, I'm sure. Waiting for Linderl. He's gone to a set of softs. Started on softs as well, actually, so it's gone to another set of softs. I only assume it suddenly got a bit of delta there. Start going so slow. Let's do that sometimes. The delta just suddenly comes up and makes you slow down. I don't know why. The only reason sometimes I think is if somebody enters the pit lane, but nobody did then, so I'm not sure. Oh, Linderl just retired from the session. Seriously, just crashed under safety car. It's got to be a new low for any driver. And safety car then. It's quite useful actually that Linderl just crashed, because it means the safety car is definitely coming in. So, pick a loco this time, leading on the safety car restart. And away he goes, gets a good restart. Through. Doesn't look like anybody's managed to get any sort of run. There's, I think, Tomo maybe in the middle of something there. Here we go. Just where they all bunch up together. Easy games then. He looks to get through the field, get up into the points positions. It's obviously without the aid of DRS at the moment, as Bob catches the back of Checo. Gives his Ghost Rider to touch the back of Bob. And that's probably to do with cold tyres. It's going to be inviting, I think, for Tomo. Oh, Golden Tornado is round. Man who's dominated the day so far. He's had a spin. And it's drops him down to P15. Spin or contact, I'm not sure which, but whichever it was, it's the same result. It drops him down to P15. And he's now got all the work in the world to do as Abel's here pits. Yeah, presumably for damage. See any other reason? Yeah, you can see the guy holding the front wing. There you go. So, getting close enough, but obviously without the DRS active, it's we'll activate next lap. Just a bit difficult to make any moves. There is a battle going on here between Bob Dylan and Easy Games in the chicane. And Easy Games looks like he comes out on top. Indeed, Bob picks up the toe. Going to be close enough. No, opts not to make a move there. Obviously, if he could keep it close enough, he'd get DRS next lap. I think the LP gang's had another moment. He's on the long left-hander as well, and he drops down to P16. So, DRS enabled. Who's really close enough at the moment? Ghost Rider to Bob Dylan, possibly Tomo to Ghost Rider. His front guy's not really close enough for a move at the moment. A bit of DRS could change that for next lap. So, good idea here. If you watch from chest spin, the amount it does actually catch Pick a Loco. Doesn't get called out by the extra distance he needs for braking, so it's just why it becomes incredibly difficult at tracks like this to actually break the 1 second from a driver, because oh, but not if they do that chest spin. Amazes me time and time again. I don't know. I don't like to assume things, but I can only assume that Chespin is running a high front wing compared to his rear wing. I can't see any other way that happens. Sector 3 yellow appears to be Pineland down at the final corner. He's got going again and stayed out, so I don't think he's got any damage then, presumably. Surely here, Batman into place, moves once to the inside, moves again to the outside, which he's allowed to do. So you're allowed to one move, so you can make a defensive move to the inside. You can then return to the racing line as long as the aggressor in the move isn't there. You also can't drive into him. But then that's it. So if he moves back to the racing line, he must stay there. He cannot move again, which went into place. Completely abided by those rules there. It's very nicely done. And the reason he moved in the first place was to break the toe, to give it a chance. Just, you know, when the guy behind you is getting, he's got energy to use, he's got DRS, and he's getting a toe off you, it's next to impossible to defend it. So the only thing realistically you can do is you can use energy yourself to defend against his energy, and you could try and break the toe so that the only advantage he's got is DRS, but even that is a big advantage, so particularly on this track. And I think, as the mediums are now completed 7 laps, I don't think these hards are particularly stronger yet. I think they're probably reasonably similar. So, that's Jan deciding. So Jan basically there has decided he doesn't want to make a move on the first straight. He actually backs off slightly. And I think what he was trying to do was to set up a cutback move on Picoloco, which didn't really come off, but he's going to get a chance in a way. And through he goes and takes the lead of the race. As I say, this is his hard stint. He's going to be super quick on the mediums later on, Jan. So I hadn't actually noticed, but Golden Tornado after that swing, he has pitted and is on hards, presumably going to go to the end of the race, unless there's a safety car. So, just a move done for the lead for Jan as Winter Place enters the pits. The softs have had enough. So 8 laps completed. It is actually quite a stint on softs, although of course they did do a couple of those laps under the safety car, 2.5 of the laps. And Winter Place goes to hard, so he is intending on 1 stopping. So if he was 2 stopping, he would have gone to mediums. So as we get set to 1 and 2 yellows, we've got absolutely no idea what that's for. Gone now in a way. So whoever it was is off and running again. Gonna get any moves? I was just about to move to it. It's easy games. Up into P5. Head of that guy. So that's done. There's another one pretty close further down. So obviously Winter Place to come out the pits here and is on fresh hards. He's obviously having to heat those up, so it's never easy trying to make a move on another driver when you've got cold hard tyres. They don't want to grip, they don't want to let you take the corner, they just want to push you out wide, it feels like. So yeah, a lap of Abu Dhabi will heat him up, there's no worries about that. As we've got yellow flags and it's Baz who's stopped. It's just getting underway again, and that's the drivers we were just watching. Coming past him, and Baz is into the pits. And yeah, that's on the softs. Just trying to have a look, see if he's got a puncture, but it doesn't look like it. I think he's just gotten too slippy. Right, anything happening? Have we got any moves going on? Any opportunities? Winter Place on the back of Checo is the closest at the moment. Okay, much. Checo moved early to break the toe. And ultimately, it's going to be easy enough for Winter Place. It's not a huge amount of point in Checo defending this, if I'm honest. He's only going to cause himself to lose time defending it. It's Winter Place is going to the end on the tyres he's on. And our first medium tyre driver is in. Picoloco from P2 is in. On go to hards. And out again. Nice stop. So he's potentially pitted a little bit early because he needs to get some sort of undercut on Jan if he's going to win this race. So potentially he's done that deliberately, but I promise you, when Jan pits onto those medium tyres in the second half of this race, it's going to be absolutely lightning. As Bob also into the pits and goes onto the hard tyres. Tomo ticking away all right. That's P7. Onto the back of his teammate now. Both drivers on hard tyres. Hazer hit it early, didn't he? Start, so... Oh, we've got somebody out in the final sector. Is that going to cause a safety car? It doesn't look like it is. And that was Bacon, Lettuce and Prawn Gang is out. Luckily, I think, there were no cars anywhere near that part of the track, so... Jan has just gone through it now, but he wasn't anywhere near, and the stewards were able to, or the marshals were able to clear the car in time. So, neither of the Williams opts into pit that lap. They've got to bear in mind that they don't want to be pitting the same lap, so somebody needs to pit first. Jaspin needs to bear that in mind. He's got Pac-Man ahead of him. So, on the next time round, for me, if Pac-Man doesn't pit, then Jaspin needs to pit. So I don't know if they're talking to each other. They might be in a chat. You never know, but... So, next pitters. That guy is in then. He was riding high. So... The winter places. What? Well ahead of that guy. So, Pac-Man has a moment. That enables here to get through. Sorry, I've got to do silly little jokes like that as I go through, obviously. Driving me mad. So, Jan. Something's happened to Jan and he's dropped down to P4. Right, if he was listening to commentary, that would be music to Piccoloco's ears. Jan is still going to be mighty quick. And as suggested then, Pac-Man does stay out, so Chespin reacts and takes the stop. You had to do it. You had to. Absolute last thing they would have wanted, the two Williams, would be to pit at the same time and end up stacking. So winter place, running P7 at the moment, and a nice bit of road to go into behind Piccoloco, about 4.5 seconds. Piccoloco's got 4 seconds to drive into as well, as Jan gets herself back into P2 ahead of Easy Games. No, Easy Games going to get a chance to come back. Doesn't look like he's going to run out of tarmac. So, yeah. There you have it. And, Piccoloco into place, driving into a nice bit of clean air at the moment, so he's going to be feeling pretty good. Just trying to look what the gap actually is. So half a second, 6.5, 7. Yeah, the gap is only just over 10 seconds to Piccoloco from Jan. So Pac-Man comes in from the lead, but he will come out, I believe, behind Chespin, potentially behind Ghost Rider, who's on 12-lap old hards. Oh, I may be wrong. Pac-Man is exiting there, so actually no, he's going to come out ahead of Chespin. Oh, this pit stop's a lot shorter than I thought it was then. So he does need to get those hards up to temperature, so it may give Chespin a lot of opportunity. But Abu Dhabi being the way it is with tyres, it won't take that long to heat them up. A lap at the absolute most, but that's to get them into a really good temperature. But to just get them into a workable temperature, I expect about 2/3 to 3/4 of a lap, as Baz is out. And it's the same corner again, and this one's the safety car. That is a full safety car. We're just about to see where he is now. He's on the left here. It's the same place again. It catches people out all the time. It's not always turn 3, it's turn 2 as well. You can touch the curb for 28 laps, touch it on the 29th, and it will just throw you across the track. You've got to be so careful. And quite obviously, Jan is in, Easy Games is in, Hazer is in, Tomo surely will be in. It might even be everybody in. It might be one of those. I don't know about Piccolo. Yeah, Piccolo's going to stay out. Is he going to take the lead of the race? It's going to be tight, I think. I'm going around there now. Piccolo goes there. I think he does, yeah. There he goes. He's into the lead of the race now. As you can see, only just. Jan comes out there. Jan's going to have big advantage straight away. However, a lot may depend on the length of this safety car, but whether Piccolo's going to get enough of a tyre advantage at any point in this race to close up whatever gap Jan can pull, we'll have to see. But that safety car, quite frankly, is a nightmare for guys that pitted from medium to hards or soft to hards. Probably better for the guys that pitted soft to hards, because they can literally turn around and say, well, my hards have done more laps, so I'm definitely pitting. Whereas the guys that went medium to hard sort of think, well, I should probably take the positions and stay on the hards. But, as for Hazer, as to why he's on softs, literally, I don't even think the gods know on that one. It's maybe one of the strangest calls I've ever seen. That is literally the one tyre you don't want to be on is the soft, because they won't make it to the end of the race. So you're going to see him. I mean, he should pit again at the end of this lap. Sometimes you do hear people saying the games put people on the wrong tyre. Maybe it's done that to him. If he stays out, then I'd say it's an actual choice, a strategy choice, but yeah, he's on the Ferrari strategy, I think. Don't get that one. So, what's it done then? It's allowed Gordon Tornado to pick up some places. So he's up to P8, but at the same time he stayed out on the 10-lap hold hard. So, you know, he's prioritised track position. And with his pace, he may be able to make that work for him. Somebody with less pace might not. You know, they might not be able to benefit from that and would be better off pitting, but because he's a quick driver, he might be able to use his pace as a way of negating the tyre disadvantage. But the guys directly behind him, Winter Place and Tomo on fresh mediums, are going to be nigh on impossible to defend against, so it's more about picking up places off of the other guys on hards. Hazer's going to get a place off anyway, because there's absolutely no way he's getting to the end of the race on soft tyres. So, safety car in this lap. And we've got two Ferraris in the top three. Piccolo leading, Easy Games in P3. Be interesting if Jan gets past Piccolo. Will Piccolo move out the way for his teammate? So we're about to get racing again. There we go then. Loco goes. Oh, careful, careful. So, safe restart. We look at Jan already putting pressure on the Ferrari. Haas there, that's Hazer on his soft tyres. Do that what he likes. He's still not going to get to the end of the race. Got to hope for another safety car, I think. Jan is going to be able to outbrake Picoloco quite substantially here, I think. There you go. Has the inside. Picoloco could try to cut back. Switch back, but no. And now comes the moment. Picoloco stays to the right, allows you to gain through. I think that was done deliberately to allow his teammate to see if he can go on and take the win. But obviously, once Jan's out in front, we know he's going to be hard to chase down. So Hazer just needs to be a bit careful here. He's obviously got the advantage on these soft tyres with grip, but don't want to be catching the back of someone and spinning them round. Great chance to do a switchback there, you see. A little... honestly, if I was Picoloco, I'd just let him go. I think this is a bit dangerous, to be honest. And, there he goes to the inside of turn 1 then. Hazer into P3. Picoloco will know he's not getting to the end on these soft tyres, so ultimately Picoloco is going to get that position back in a way. As I say, the only thing that could throw a spanner in that is if there's another safety car. So we've got Tomo into place having a little dig. The run of cars, that's from P3 Hazer down to his teammate Tomo in P10. And we got a little bit out of whack there. Went to place, took a lot of curb on the second part of that chicane. I don't know if it was that spun him or a contact that spun him, but ultimately he's ended up round and has dropped down to P13. That guy following Golden Tornado. So on the restart, that guy was ahead of Golden Tornado, so he's made up a place into P7. There's the McLaren. Hard to know exactly where to look, obviously. Picoloco now, not in a bad position. He's got people behind him now that he's got every chance of defending against. And that remains the case all the way down until you hit Tomo, really, in P9. But by the time Tomo gets up to that sort of position, his mediums are going to be starting to go off a little bit. And we've got full track yellows. What's that for? Does Poundland have a moment? Is that why he's falling down at the back? Not entirely sure what's caused it, guys, but it is a virtual safety car, not a full safety car. So, there you can see the VSC flashing right in front of us. That's handy, wasn't it? Thank you for confirming that, Cody's. Let's get going again very shortly. Never quite know how long these virtual safety cars are going to be. They don't ever usually really go over a lap. Usually within a lap somewhere, but sometimes they can be really quick, sometimes they take nearly the full lap, so... Oh, Ghost Rider has picked up a drive-through speed under VSC. He's having a tough enough time of it already without picking up a drive-through, but here's what it is. In fact, he's had enough and drives into the pits and retires. He's seen enough of Abu Dhabi today. And here comes Hazer. With the RS, yeah, with the RS. The inside of Easy Games. Again, I'm absolutely determined he is not getting to the end on the soft tyres, so if he does, and he manages to stay on the podium, he's going to take my driver of the day, but I don't think it's even a possibility. First rider leaves us, and oh, something's happened down at the chicane. It looks like it's between Winter Place and Checo. Both drivers were basically at a stop. So whatever it is, they have got going again. Checo's front wing appears to be in full condition. Winter's Place, I don't think it is. I think he's lost his left end. Oh no, he hasn't. No, it is there. So both cars look like they can just continue on. Down, and this you'll notice now. So what's going to, like, the soft tyres have done 6 laps. Okay, some of that's been under safety car conditions. They don't really go any more than 8 laps, so we know that from the first stint. So what you're going to see here is Easy Games is just going to go back past him. May not be this lap, may not be next lap, but it's going to happen. And if Hazer does try and, well, he's doomed either way really. If he tries to take the tyres to the end, he's just going to gradually drop down the order, and if he pits, he's going to fall down the order anyway. So it's doomed if he does, doomed if he doesn't. But at least if he pits and sticks on a fresh set of softs, maybe he could go for fastest lap while trying to get back through the field somewhat. And what's happened behind us? Oh, a yellow flag. I'm not sure what that was or who that was. So Chespin has gotten ahead of Piccoloco. Set to 1 yellow. That's Panglan, who's driving around on his own. It's a game, so yeah, it's going to be this lap, I think. Set to 2 and 3. That's some McLaren. That's... No, I don't think it was McLaren. I think that's Winter Place has had a spin on his own. I don't think that was actually anything to do with Checo. I think Winter Place just had a spin. So here we go then. Fully expects it to happen here. He may look to do it on the second part of the straight rather than the first. We'll see. Knows. Hazer very accommodating there. I think that's because he knows he's gonna. I think any hope he might have had in the back of his mind, he now knows he's got to pit. So what else is going on then? Tomo gets ahead of Golden Tornado, or they're still side by side. Coming out, Tomo on the inside for the next part of the track. Golden Tornado cedes that position. More for safety. Tomo obviously on the 7-lap old mediums. And who was that? Was that guy, or no? I think it's Pangland, who's in a world of his own. He's having a race of his own at the moment. It's Pangland, but he's enjoying himself. Gets out of everybody's way, and he's driving into the pits. So Hazer in then, as we said, and he'll go on to a new set of softs. Where does he come out? It's going to be just after Bob Dylan, I think. Yeah, he's not going to drop anymore. P11 is where he'll come out. He will look to chase down the guys ahead of him on hard tyres to see how far up the order he could get before the end of the race. While, I would presume, try and also pick up a point for fastest lap. So... got himself in the limelight a little bit on the stream now, didn't he? For a little bit. going to the real sort of business end this race now. Jan, quite honestly, looking comfortable from easy games, both of which have enjoyed really, really good, strong races. Chespin as well has done absolutely brilliant to be up there on the podium at this point, and not too sure what's happened. Perhaps one of the yellow flags where I wasn't sure what had happened might have been his teammate Pac-Man, because he was up there earlier on and suddenly he's down in 9th, so perhaps that was it. Let's go to Pac-Man. Oh, let's go to Hazer, who gets past Bob Dylan, so he's already back into the points. He's got 6 seconds to make up on Pac-Man now. He's in his own little battle with Abels here. Well, here. So, I don't think Abels here has got DRS, so should be an opportunity for Pac-Man to close that gap up. Now Abels here is going to have DRS into the second straight, so he's just brought these 3 drivers much closer together, but I'm sure Abels here will be thinking to himself, if I could put that Mercedes between me and Pac-Man, really help at this point. Mercedes, that guy in that Mercedes runs a little bit wide. The exit the left under. We've got other battles as well. We've got Tomo getting very, very close. We've got a spinner. Honestly, not sure. I think that might have been Poundland again. I'm not. Yeah, I think it is. Looking at the map and standings. So Hazer takes the fastest lap of the race. I don't think that's likely to be beaten unless we see another pit stop from someone to go to softs. But looking down, I don't think anybody has got the gap apart from Winter Place, but he's not in the top 10. So presumably WRL does follow the in real life point scoring. So presumably to get the fastest lap point, you've got to be in the top 10. Abels here then gets the move done. He's been building up to on that guy. That guy comes back at him. Abels here will get a better exit here, but who's got DRS? Abels here has. Okay, so this time he will get the move done. I don't know how that guy managed to come back at him without making contact there. He did well not to make contact, to be fair. But Abels here now then has done exactly what he wanted. He's put the Mercedes in between him and the Williams of Pac-Man. Question now is, can Abels here shake them out of the 1 second? Because that's what he needs to do. And that is a very, it's a very spinny. I was about to say it's a very fast Hazer that's just called up to the back of them on the softs. But that was a 6 second gap, if you remember, when he got past Bob Dylan. Brought that down in no time whatsoever, and unfortunately that spin means he's got to do it again. But 3.5 seconds now, he's going to have to make up. Pac-Man very close. Oh, there's a spin. That guy has spun it. Well, has he, or was there a contact with Pac-Man? I don't know. Just called it in the back of the picture, the fact that he'd spun. So, well, we would assume that it was just a spin, and Pac-Man is going to be going after Abels here, and that is a full safety car right at the death. Wow. Who dare not come in? What's Pac-Man up to here? Who dares not come? Well, the guys at the back can't come in. They've got to stay out because the safety cars are only going to do 1 lap. It will come in again at the end of this lap. It has to. It cannot. It must leave 2 clear laps remaining. So Pac-Man lose the session. It's oh, Checo gets a drive through. Look at the pit stops going on. As I say, those guys have got to catch the safety car, otherwise it was pointless. And they'd have been better off staying out. And I don't think they all are. I really don't think they're all going to catch the safety car. I don't think they thought this ahead. I really don't think they thought ahead here. Some are. Piccoloco's going to benefit from this. He's going to get the safety car. It's going to be close for Golden Tornado. I think he may have to drive like we're already going. There's the confirmation safety car in this lap. But I think some of these these guys sort of in the middle, should have stayed out. I don't really know why they all pitted. That was a bit mad. So say, Golden Tornado, I think he's going to come around. He's got time. He's got safety car. It's obviously going to slow the guys down directly behind it. It's building a nice lead over them, so they should be able to go quite early this time, which will be in their benefit because they don't want everybody to catch up. It's Checo. Well, Checo's got a drive through, of course, hasn't he? So yeah, off we go. They haven't hung about. They want to get going because these top four guys do not want a whole bunch of soft tyre drivers on them. As Tomo spins it. Oh, Tomo. A shame. Right, let's go with Piccoloco here as Chespin runs out wide. See his hards will be suffering right now and be very cold, of course, because of the safety car. So it's like Tornado's having a look at him as well. But yellow flags appearing, although that's in the final sector. And there we go. So Piccoloco has recovered to P3. Easy games seem to be ghosted down, but he's gone back solid now. So question is, Easy Games needs to move. He needs to get out of the way and let his teammate through. His teammate let him through earlier on. I'm sure Piccoloco moved over and let him through. He needs to repay it. Oh, as we lose winter place. It looks like it's down at the hairpin, but there will be no safety cars now. We're going on to the last lap. And still, Easy Games does not allow Piccoloco through. He's got to let him through. I don't blame Piccoloco at all. Taking a bit of a lunge there. It probably won't be the last one we see. He's got no energy left, Piccoloco. So like Golden Tornado to move up, and well, I can't believe Easy Games hasn't moved over for his teammate. I think that's horrendous. I know. Well, I've got a feeling they're not actual teammates. I've got a feeling that Easy Games may well be reserving, but still, Piccoloco played the teammate game earlier on and moved out the way for him, and I can't believe he's not done the same back. And he's cost Piccoloco a position. So, because of that from Ferrari, I feel, Jan is going to take victory at Abu Dhabi from P16 on the grid. Easy Games P2. Golden Tornado, brilliant to recover to P3. Piccoloco P4. Hazer in 5. Abel's here 6. Chespin 7. Tomo in 8th. That guy in P9. Checo will pick up the final. Oh, I was going to say the final point, but no, I don't think he served the drive-through. So I think he's going to get a huge penalty, and he's got a penalty there, definitely. So Bob Dylan, I think, is going to pick up the final point. Yeah, 22nd time penalty for Checo for not serving the drive-through. So Bob Dylan promoted to P10 for the final point. Pac-Man left the session, so he shouldn't. Well, the bosses will have to decide if he gets classified or not. But left the session just as that last safety car came out, and I did invite him back, but he never rejoined. So there we have it. So bit of a scrappy race, but there's a lot going on, and the vast majority of the safety cars seem to be caused by people having little incidents around the track, but quite often it turns 2 and 3. They seem to be the corners that really catch people out, and that long left-hander does as well. People run out wide on there, and it seems to catch people. And, let's get past the podium. So that's the full weekend results, but let's go to the race, and there we have it. So I've already gone down the order. So for me, Checo's P11, not P12, because Pac-Man left the session. So even Poundland didn't do that, so he should be P12, and then if he's going to be classified, Pac-Man P13, I guess. There we have it. As I say, it was a bit of a scrappy one, but all leagues have scrappy races on occasion. That's it's just the way it is. Oh, it is going to let me see the race director. I don't usually do that when this is sprint meets weekend. Actually, in terms of incidents for a 50% race at Abu Dhabi, that's not very many. Most of it is just warnings for drive-throughs and warnings for corner cutting and all that sort of thing. So, in a way, well done to Jan on victory. I think the Ferrari drivers are going to be called in by the boss. I think that's easy games. It's definitely going to get a bollocking. And there we go. And well done on to Golden Tornado as well, recovering back onto the podium. Fantastic job. So there we have it. Other than that, it's quite an enjoyable race to watch. There's plenty of moves going on, plenty of overtakes going on, so kept me busy, kept me entertained, and yeah, there we have it. I look forward to next week. So just to confirm, driver of the day as well. I'm going to go with Piccoloco as my driver of the day. So, I know people will say, well, how can't you give, Jan, I don't know the reason, I don't actually know the reason why he didn't qualify, but ultimately he started to sprint down to P16, but, for whatever reason he didn't qualify, so that's his choice, but that's why I don't really take that into account. But no, for me, I think the most impressive driver today was Piccoloco, so he's getting my driver of the day. But certainly a shout out to Jan and Golden Tornado. Hazer had his little moments as well, so there we go. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Also, as always, I'll be back at 8 o'clock for HRF1 this evening, so come and join me for that. I'll probably be back live in around about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll see you then if you fancy joining. Otherwise, we will see you for WRL next Sunday at 6 PM, and we will be at, if it loads, why is it not loading? Load, please. Oh no, I need to scroll up, dumbass. That's Yas Marina Circuit, so we are at Mexico. So the Hernan Rodriguez Circuit, or whatever it's blooming called. So yeah, next week. Always an interesting race, and so I'll see you there for that. Good night, God bless. See you at 8 if you join in, and see you then. Bye.